Hey everybody, listen, I wanted to tell you a little story about my entrepreneur journey.
Hey, are you ready to break fear and build freedom in your life? Well, if so, you're in the right place. Welcome to BF Squared. Let's get started.
Woo! Journey. So if you've watched any of my past videos, you know that I worked in a restaurant for 8 years in Coupeville, Washington. Population of maybe 15,000. And had a really good time there. It's just when I hit my ceiling, if you will, there was no growth for me, and I always wanted to be my own boss. I always wanted to, if I work really hard, I get paid for the work that I'm doing. And I knew that I was a creative. I wanted to do something to where I am the brand, right? I'm the brand. I am the item. So let's see. So in 2017, I was working at the restaurant, and 2017, 2018, I was working at the restaurant, and I had just felt like, man, I'm so done with this. Like, there's no more for me here. I can't take off anymore. I'm not gonna be the owner of this restaurant. So I just felt like I was just droning, just kind of like going through life, if you will. And then I met my wife. Then she was just a beautiful young woman that used to come to the restaurant. But I met my wife at the restaurant, so I don't regret it at all. But anyways, so 2017, I'm just feeling like, holy crap, this is it. Like, I need more. There's more out there for me. I feel as if I am not living up to the potential that is inside me inherently, the potential that I know is there. And so I started to do the research, started to do the work, the mindset work of like, you know what, hey, what do I want to do? If there were no limiters, if I could just go out there and do whatever I wanted to do, what would it be? And so entrepreneurship obviously was the big umbrella, but under entrepreneurship, right, under that umbrella, what do I want to do? And so I got scared. I was like, man, no, this is too big. I don't want to start something and fail. I don't want to try to sell something and not do it. I don't want to move away from the island that I lived on, like so many things. So I stayed at the restaurant industry for another 2 years. So in 2020, March 17th of 2020 is when we got the shutdown order here in Washington for, because of COVID. So the restaurant shut down. And so for the first time since I was a sophomore in high school, I'm jobless. And so I'm like, okay, well, God, if you ain't showing me nothing, you know what I mean? Like if you ain't trying to give me a hint right now, I don't know what is. And so I did a couple things. I bet on myself in a couple different arenas. So my wife and I chose to do 3 wild things in June of 2020. We moved away from the island. We started in new career fields, and we got married. So let me walk through those things. So moving away from the island, I grew up on the island. Whidbey Island is what I'm talking about. The biggest town, if you will, or city, if you will, is Oak Harbor, which is a military town. So I grew up in a military town my whole life, and this is all I've known. My wife, she came over from Rhode Island, and this was her first military station. And so she got out of the military in 2020. I was done with the restaurant because the world was ending and we couldn't serve food. So take that for whatever it is. And then we moved away from the island. So we moved to Bellingham, Washington. Now it was honestly, the two choices were Bellingham, Washington or Austin, Texas. I know, wildly different, but oddly similar at the same time. However, I'm just gonna tell you guys the straight up truth about me. I'm not really good in the heat, okay? Anything above 75 and I start to get a little irritated, all right? I'm a PNW boy, Pacific Northwest boy through and through. So, we chose to move to Bellingham. Now, mind you, the only thing that we had planned or had worked out was where we were going to move. So we knew that we were going to rent a house or rent an apartment so that we can get the lay of the land. Bellingham is about an hour away from Oak Harbor. And all we had lined up was where we were going to live. My wife had just graduated with her master's degree because she was going to school online while being in the military. And so she had a master's degree and she got into mental health therapy. And so when we moved up here, in June, we both started our new career journeys, our new career paths, literally on the same day. And I know she's gonna pop in here and correct me on the day, but I believe that it was October 6th or November 6th, whatever. So a couple months past June. We didn't have a plan, we just knew that we wanted to do something. And so there's a message in that, right? Of, you know what, hey, sometimes you just gotta freaking go for it. And I say that to you because I did it. I just went for it. Literally, I didn't necessarily know the next step. I just knew that in order to get from here to there, I had to take the first step. And so we moved away. We got into new career paths. Like I just told you, my wife is a mental health therapist. I dabbled in, what is that called? It was digital marketing. Not only digital marketing, but I got my life coaching certification as well. So I had a couple of clients, in the digital marketing aspect, built a couple of websites for a couple of companies. That was cool. But then I also was a life coach. I had my first client as a life coach, and it was cool. It was way more than what I anticipated it to be. So I'm kind of doing that, but I'm still waffling. I'm like, this is in the right vein, yes, but this isn't it. And so I saw an ad on, I believe it was online. This man named Tim Cornwell. He was talking about his real estate team, and now he has a team and he's building a team, and he's like, hey, I want to get you to $100,000 and I want to get you to owning your own properties, and boom, boom, boom. He's saying all these things. I'm like, man, that sounds really cool. It was one of those things where it's like, it sounds too good to be true, but I was in such a flexible mode or flexible space in time. I was like, heck, let's sit. So I called him and we set up an appointment. I go down, we have a meeting, and it's not just Tim, it's his daughter, Sarah, his assistant, Lauren. I believe at the time it was Chris Boyd was on the team as well. And I'm talking to all of them, and there's one other person, but we're talking and they're like, oh man, you're gonna be great in real estate. Like, oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. You're gonna be good. And I'm like, I guess, like, yo, if y'all teach me, I'm here, So I got scared though. And I ghosted them for like a couple months because I was nervous. I was like, man, real estate, like, I don't really know a lot about real estate. If you've watched any other videos, you know that I didn't even know what the linen closet was, or a sconce, or the backsplash. I didn't know what these things, like, I didn't know the actual name to these things. It was always, that's the wall, that's a light, and that's the towel closet, right? So I didn't have all the knowledge, and especially when you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're dealing with for somebody. But fast forward, I stuck with it. I called Tim back, and I joined the team. And then the third crazy thing that we did was we got married. Listen, when you know, I'm not a marriage counselor. I'm not a licensed counselor at all. However, I will tell you that when you know. And the world was already going to crap because of COVID. I wouldn't rather do this with anyone else. Alvera, if you're watching this video, I love you so much, and thank you so much for believing in me and spurring me on to such an amazing work. So those are the 3 crazy things that we did in June. Now I tell you this all to say the entrepreneurship, the journey is wild, man. There is no linear line or path to success. Sometimes you just gotta go for it, right? So I went from working in the restaurant industry for 8 years, to unemployed for a little bit, to making 3 wild and crazy decisions, which ultimately led to me getting into real estate. Now, I'm an entrepreneur at heart, so real estate has been amazing. I've made such an impact in the real estate community, and it has been amazing to my family and I. I also coach. So I coach other real estate agents, and now, you've probably heard of this before, I coach entrepreneurs. I help entrepreneurs thrive, right? because I know that there's a time in my life where I just needed somebody to believe in me because I couldn't believe in myself. I couldn't just take the leap. I know that I encourage you all to just do it, but that's because I remember being in my own head and not being able to do it. And man, my life has changed dramatically. You name it, financially, mentally, emotionally, physically, like you name it, my life has changed for the better because somebody believed in me and they called out the best in me, right? So I'm forever grateful. So that's my journey of how I got into real estate. And then how I got into coaching was kind of the same. So I've been in real estate for 5 years now. And I've been blessed. I wrote a book titled Just One Layup. It's essentially the playbook for real estate agents to be successful, to create massive momentum in their businesses. Now, this is for real estate agents, but if you're an entrepreneur, you can definitely take these mindsets and take these playbooks and apply it to yourself as well in your business. So I wrote a book. Then I started speaking on stages. I remember EXPCon. I spoke at EXPCon twice now. The first time was in Vegas. Second time was in Miami. Now, mind you, there's 5,000 people that go to these conferences, right? EXP Conference or EXPCon is a yearly celebration, if you will, get together with there's 90,000 agents, but with a whole conglomerate of real estate agents, and we essentially just better our business and network. And so I spoke there a couple of times now, and this led me to know one thing, that there's so much to give. I have so much to give to this community. And so I was like, why don't I start up a coaching business? Why don't I coach real estate agents one-on-one, which was, that was going beautifully. And then I opened it up to one-to-many. So I did like challenges, SOI challenge. I did a summer SOI challenge. SOI stands for your sphere of influence. Did a challenge for summer SOI, and I had some crazy talented speakers on those challenges with me. And it was beautiful. And I'm like, I can monetize this. So now I'm charging people $2,500 for a 90-day coaching program where I walk people through how to become their best version of themselves with regards to real estate. Because there's so many different ways to skin a cat. There's so many different ways to be successful. The best way for you to be successful is the way that works for you. So my coaching program wasn't, hey, just do what I did and you'll be great. Never that. I don't believe in that, nor do I teach that. What I do teach and what I do believe is that, hey, let's listen to some successful people, or hey, here are some successful plays that I've ran. Maybe try this, try that, but who are you? Who do you want to serve? Things like that. What if you were operating at your best and highest capacity? What does that look like for you? And so we would answer these questions with one another. We'd walk through the stuff with one another. And that's how we'd find out, oh, okay, well, you're good at open houses, or you're good at making calls, or you're good at, door knocking, whatever it was, you're good at this. So this is a weird little term right here, sorry. Yeah. And so that's how we did that. And it was really cool. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I don't crash. It was really cool, and I monetized that. But all that to say, there's so many different ways to be successful or to create success in real estate. You just have to be creative. And there's so many different ways to be successful and be creative in entrepreneurship in general. So you just have to find something. You have to believe in yourself, know exactly what you got going on, and then execute. So that's my story from going from the restaurant industry to essentially unemployed to becoming a top producing real estate agent and a very, very, very successful coach. These are things that you can achieve. And I'm not saying this to try to get you into real estate. If you've ever thought about real estate or have questions, I'd be more than willing to answer those questions for you. Hop on a call with you. But if you just want to explore, or if you know that you're called for more when it comes, with regards to to entrepreneurship, number one, I'd suggest that you join our community, because we speak to that. We speak to those things. We speak to the fact that, listen, yes, there's a calling on your life, and if you just go for it, good things happen, right? And if you surround yourself with the right people, that's when it happens even better. Oops, I just parked like a dork. That's when it happens even better, and you really start to make an impact that goes beyond, here, let me shut this thing up, that goes beyond, what you even can comprehend. I've been able to be a part of so many people's journey, and I don't say that in a braggadocious way, because honestly, it's one of those things where that's what keeps me up at night, smiling, and that's what keeps me up at night. Oh my gosh, I get to help people purchase a house, sell a house for the first time in their lives or whatever. And this is a big deal. But also, I get to coach and help real estate agents overcome fear and build the systems that they need to succeed in their career. There's an 87% failure rate in real estate. It's not easy. It's not easy. But having somebody that believes in you and will call out the best in you, that's what changes. That's what changes lives. So again, my call and my call to action is right here. If you know that you're called to entrepreneurship, I dare you to join my free online community, my free online school community called Break Fear, Build Freedom. This is for faith-based, growth-minded entrepreneurs. Whether you're in entrepreneurship now or you want to be, I dare you to join. See how we do this. We do this as a community. We do this together because honestly, it's better together. If you want to go fast, do it alone. If you want to go far, do this with somebody else. Do this together. Alrighty? So that's my story. Have an amazing day. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.